Hi, Assalamualaikum, and good night right now. So, today I would like to talk about social science terms prepared by me, Sharifah Shazamani, based in Ahmad Shari. So, let's start. For first thing, we have introduction about science, social, social science, any branch of academic study or science that deals with human behavior in its social and cultural aspects, usually included within the social science or culture anthropology, sociology, psychology, political science, and economics. The disciplines of historiography is regarded by many as a social science, and certain areas of historical study are almost indistinguishable from work done in the social science. Most historians, however, consider history as one of the humanities. In the United States, focus programs such as African American Studies, Latin Studies, Women, Gender and Socialized Studies are, as a rule, also included among the social sciences, as are often Latin American Studies and Middle Eastern Studies, while for instance French, German, or Italian studies are commonly associated with humanities in the past. So Sovietology was always considered a social science discipline in contrast to Russian studies. So we will talk about social. Firstly, we have social norms. 2.1 Social norms. Norms define how to behave in accordance with what a society has defined as good, right, and important, and most members of the society addressed to them so far. The example when this module has often described how people are expected to behave in certain situations, for example, when buying a food or boarding the bus. This example describes the visible and invisible rules conduct through which societies are structured, or what sociologists call norm. We have type of norm. We have two type of norm. Firstly, we have formal norms. Formal norms are officially established standard of behavior enforced by governing body or institution. These include written rules like laws, company policies, and school regulation, which dictate how individuals are expected to act within a society or organization. Violating this norm often result in a formal penalty or sanctions. Unlike informal norms, which are unwritten and socially enforced, formal norms are explicitly outlined and legally guided. So about the unlikely informal for about informal norms, we will talk about that. Informal norms are unwritten rules and expectations about how people should behave in social settings. These norms are socially enforced through custom, traditional, and everyday social interaction rather than through formal laws and regulation. Examples include behavior like greeting someone politely, civil manner, or dressing appropriately for certain occasions. By breaking informal norm may not result in the legal penalty, it can lead to the social disapproval ostracism. 2.2 we have socialization. Socialization. What the meaning of socialization? Socialization is the process through which individuals become members of society. It includes the process of acquiring knowledge, skill, attitudes, belief, values, and behavior necessary to function within society. Socialization begins at birth and continues throughout life. Children often copy the behavior they observe in others, but they are also active participants in the socialization process, are responsible for making choices, about their own behavior. There are multitude of type socialization ranging from primary, secondary to developmental, anticipatory, resocialization, organization, and force. And we will talk about half of the type of socialization. So, First, first thing we have primary socialization. Primary socialization occurs between the child and those people in his or her life with whom he or she has a close, personal, and intimate face-to-face relationship. For most people, the first primary relationship they form are with their parents, siblings, grandparents, and other family members. The family provides children with a sense of moral values, teaching the difference between right and wrong behavior and how to relate appropriately to others, like family, friends, strangers, and many more. However, it is important not to see children as passive recipients of information, but instead as active participants in the creation of their own identity. Children are constantly making choices about what kind of person to become. Parents play an important role in helping children to choose the right path, but parents cannot force their child to behave in a certain way. Instead, parents should help children to understand what they should behave in particular ways. As the children get older, they start forming primary attachment with friends and their other adult through things like marriage, work, and many more. Secondly, we have developmental socialization. Developmental socialization is a learning process where the focus is on developing social skill or on learning behavior within a social institution. For example, a shy person may go through developmental socialization in order to learn how to be more outgoing. This type of socialization can happen at any point in life, but is often through thought of as happening during childhood and adolescence. It is during this year that children learn how important social skills like how to communicate with others, how to resolve conflict, and how to make a friends at school. Third, we have anticipatory socialization. Anticipatory socialization is the process by which people learn how about future role and expectation in order to prepare for them. It is often happen before the person enters into a new social situations such as starting a new job. For example, imagine that someone is about to start working in an office for the first time. Imagine she may do some research on what aspect in order to anticipate the dress code. Okay, so what they need to wear to enter the new office and workplace culture and other aspect of her new environment. She needs to get used to new life. Or another example, we can talk about a child who is about to enter a new kindergarten may go to a meet the teachers day in order to learn about what will expected of them in the classroom. Number four, we have differential socialization. Differential socialization is the process by which people of different groups are socialized differently. This can be due to their class, race, or gender. For example, girls are often socialized to be more passive and nurturing, while boys socialize to be more active and aggressive because they are a bit naughty. Yeah? This can lead to the different expectation and experience for girls and boys as they grow up. This socialize, this socialization occur through variety of angels such as parents, teachers, the media, and peers. It is important to note that different socialization does not necessarily mean that one group is superior to another. Rather, it simply reflects the different expectations and behavior that are associated with each group. And lastly, we have desocialization, socialization. This socialization is the process by which someone experiences role loss and accompanying loss of associated power and prestige. It can happen when a person leaves a job, goes through a divorce, or retired. For example, we can imagine that someone has just retired from the high power executive position, mean they have a high position in at their own workplace or what the place they work for. She may find herself feeling lost and without purpose as she no longer has the same sense of importance or authority that she did in her previous role. This can be difficult transition as the person must learn how to adjust to a new way of life. Okay, so we will enter the new subject 2.3 acculturation. Acculturation is broadly defined as the degree to which members of an ethnic group participate in the cultural, traditional values and practice of the dominant society. It is often measured by factors such as nativity, length of time is a new country, age at immigration, language abilities, and language usage contents. The word acculturate is usually associate, associate with being US born, longer time in the new country, younger at immigration, and higher ability to speak English. Acculturation can be seen as a cause of stress, impairmental and behavior held among the intern minorities, but acculturation is considered a positive influence that provide a coherent and grounded identity, contribution contributing to a healthy lifestyle and buffering the negative effects rate. So we will talk about acculturative stress. When ecosystem and culture change are introduced from outside, the process of acculturation is initiated. In a sense, acculturation refers to both in culture and psychological change that follow from contact with two or more culture groups. At the culture group level, this change can occur the cycle, political, economy, or social domains, organization loss of autonomy and livelihood and reorganization or even the destruction of social relationship. And at the individual level, change the psychology of the individual take place. So, the next title we will talk about assimilations. Assimilation refers to the process whereby individual or group with the different ethnic or cultural heritage are absorbed into the dominant culture of the society. The assimilation process involves taking on the traits and customs of the dominant culture while simultaneously rejecting your cultural culturation. For example, we have three examples here. First example, embracing the language of prevailing culture as primary mode communication. Secondly, we have alteration of one names to more Western equivalent. And lastly, we have discarding traditional fashion choices and creating preference for the fashion of dominant culture. For our new title, we have 2.5 socially control. Social control is the process where society seek the ensure conformity to dominant values and norms in the society. This process can be either informal, as in the exercise of control to custom, norm, and expectation, or formal as in the exercise of control through law or other official regulations. Type of social control. Formal social control involves the promulgation of codified laws embodying values and the enforcement of external sanctions by the government. In order to prevent chaos in society, prohibition of robbery and murder are striking examples. Perpetration of such crime will likely produce harsh consequences, such as prolonged imprisonment, even lesser infraction of law, such as exceeding speed limits, generally result in significant penalties such as fines. This function to procure people compliance with the law of the land. Informal social control refers to the internalization of normative more through either unconscious or conscious socialization. The special respect accorded to the elderly, a salient characteristic of many Asian cultures, is a manifest example. Moreover, in many free societies, the virtue of patriotism is inculcated is mostly informal ways. The United States, for instance, has no law coercing its citizens to salute their flag or recite the Pledge of Allegiance. However, the devotion wherewith many Americans engage in such as exercise in a testament to the informal social control asserted by many family and religious communities in Americas. So lastly, I will give my own conclusions. So for me, social science term help explain how individual and social ties function. Socialization is the lifelong process of learning norms and values, with culture being the shared belief and custom that share our perspective. Norm guide acceptable behavior, while rules and status determine our responsibilities and social standing. Beside, power refers to the influence often over other, often shaping social dynamics, while identity describes how people define themselves based on the characteristics and affiliations. Social structure organize relationship and institution in society and defines represent behavior that violate norms. And finally, ethnocentrism is the belief in the superiority of one of the own culture, often leading to biased views of others. This concept from this concept form of the foundation for other social interaction. For me, it's a good topic to talk about. Okay, so this is my reference website that I searched in the Google while studying about social and science. And that's all for me. Thank you. And I'm sorry if my English is bad. I am not good at speaking. Thank you.